Hi, everyone. Today is May 4th of 2023, and we are here for the weekly crypto review with Moo. How's it going, Moo?
It's going pretty good. Feels like Rome is burning everywhere I look, except for gold and silver and a few other things. Having an interesting regional banking collapse, looks like, in the United States. I just saw that there was a TD Ameritrade was trying to get a deal done with First Horizon. First Horizon is a pretty big regional bank here, and I shouldn't say TD Ameritrade, it's TD Bank, but a Canadian bank. I think they were looking to get some inroads into the United States, and it looks like that fell. And then several trading has been halted on several regionals. So it's just it's just another Thursday. It's been how the entire week's been going, and how the entire last couple of weeks has been going. How are you?
Oh, interesting times, huh? My neighbor is a branch manager for the TD Bank.
So anyway, if we just kind of take a look, we should probably hop right into it. But if you want to get into legacy in the United States, we're down about 300 points. Having some issues here around the regional banks, as we knew we would. There's nothing new about this. I found this slide over on, I think it was Wall Street. Anyway, this is comparing what's happening now to 2008. I thought this was quite significant. That things are kind of moving up. And then I wanted to go take a look at the regional failures. I was just kind of curious, and that's what led me over to this other slide. But I was taking a look. I wanted to see how large these were in comparison to 2008. And it looks, like I said, it looks like they're just continuing. Where did I want to go from here? Let's go ahead and take a look at, well, let's pull up the markets. So if we take a look at total, it's about at 1.15. If I adjust these, I'm not telling anybody anything they don't know. Regionals are having a hard time. Like I said, some were stopped. I believe Western Alliance, their trading was stopped just a few minutes ago. But anyway, if I sort these, the biggest losers are obviously all the regional banking stocks. And why don't we go ahead and just take a look at Bitcoin, for example. And feel free to pop in anytime you want, Sam. But we got Bitcoin here at 28.9, kind of doing its job. It's kind of what Bitcoin is designed to do in times of stress and failure and people being scared. ETH is at 1892. If we take a look at gold, gold is at 2050, 2048. And then I think silver popped past 26, but let's go. Let's just go to 25.85. So there you go. Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at, buddy. And we stop.
Well, it doesn't look like I'm a year off on the gold and silver. We did have a pop in gold and silver back when I think Santino agreed with the timing as well last year, like November. I was feeling that there would be another run. But the gold over 2000 for 2 weeks, we're going to start that clock again. At least I'm glad that we have that time marker. And also the other one that I want to mention again, because again, not everybody was at the live last week, and unfortunately it was not recorded, and that was my fault, my fat finger fault. I've got it handled now though, and I did do a live stream on YouTube because some people were complaining about not even being able to get into Crowdcast. So I said, I know, I'll solve that. I'll do a YouTube live stream. So we did have a sort of somewhat of an update, but I do want to remind people that one of the things I was reviewing in the Blab was the payout of Gemini Earn, which I think I nailed at the 70%, right? And this was way back, like the day after they announced that people couldn't get in. And I was like, don't worry, you're going to get like 70% of your money back in that. But the problem is that you will have missed the big wave that came in. So you said, and some others mentioned, that the payouts will probably be like another 6 to 8 months away. So it does look like we're going to have that big move this year, because remember, the problem with, it's like, great, you get your money back from this platform, but they just give you your money back. You missed the big wave. So that's what I mean. It's coming up. It should be coming.
We should clarify terms because it's probably a little confusing to people listening. So you said Gemini Earn, but I think you mean Celsius Custody.
No, Gemini Earn, the Earn program where they shut down the people who have their money in Gemini Earn, they can't get it out.
Yeah, so I don't know of anybody that's received money from their Gemini Earn.
No, not yet. But remember, they had it's one of the hits. They said that they would be paying out they should be able to get about 80% of the money out. They're working out something with Genesis and a third party. And it was one of the things that we were talking about where they came back and said, yeah, it looks like we're going to be able to pay it out. But I mean, they have to do all that sorting. And it's looking about 8 months from now before anyone gets any money. So that's what I wanted to compare it to, was that was another time marker, along with the gold being over 2,000 for 2 weeks. Another time marker to keep our eye on is the Gemini Earn program, and when they pay out, like when they're planning to pay the money back to people when they get it, or the portion, whatever portion thereof, in the bankruptcy, whatever it is they're going through, that the market will have already had a big run up to that point.
So yeah, I'm not aware of Gemini Earn people receiving any money.
No, they have not received any money. They have not.
I'm not even aware that a dollar amount has been put forth. What I understand is that that is still being negotiated. So I don't know where this 80% number comes from.
Okay, we'll send you the link. We'll send you the link.
I know
it was a few months ago, so it was just one of my hits. That's all.
I know that Coinbase, or I'm sorry, Celsius custody has already paid out about 2 months ago. They paid out about 74% to people that had stuff in straight custody. And then for the last 2 weeks now, Celsius has been involved in the stock horse bid for the assets. So there's 3 bidders, but yeah, I'm not aware of Gemini with the 80%. But.
Yeah, no, they were talking about that just to let people know that they hadn't lost all their money a number of months ago. And that was a number that I had given somebody within probably an hour of them not being able to get onto the Earn platform, and they're freaking out. Because you can imagine if you had that much money, you'd be freaking out. So they wrote me, and then I said, don't worry, you're not going to lose it all. I see you getting about 70% of that back. And then there was an article on one of those crypto planet, I don't know, one of the blockchain, and then it said that Gemini Earn, and it said something like 80%. So once you figure out legal fees and stuff, that they may end up getting back 70%. But the problem is with any of those payouts that are coming, it's going to be after the big leg, the big move up. And that's why I feel like, looking back at the blab, that between now and the end of the year, we should have a big leg up. So I'm excited.
Okay, good. That's great. Let me just pull this up. I want to remind people too, if anybody's interested, and so if we're just kind of talking about some blockchain things, like I said, I've been paying attention to the Celsius proceedings. I can't really talk much about that, but I'm pretty happy with how that's moving along. What else? May Mayhem's going on. If you're a Gala fan, and you can go and play games for free and win free prizes, and so go ahead and get signed up and go play some blockchain games. Lots of cool stuff going on over there. And then I mentioned the Chainlink Hackathon, and there's lots of educational material that's put out there all the time. But anyway, they're getting people ready and kind of showing some different functions inside of Chainlink, and you can go to the Chainlink Discord and join a team and participate in the hackathon. So let's go ahead and get into the questions here, Sam. Just give me 1 second. I'll pull them up. Let's try not to upvote you guys. The first one here is with 15 votes. On the way back to 3 trillion, a brutal, and this is in quotes, a brutal, murderous pullback, end quote, will take place in reaction to major things going on in the world. Will this pullback occur after or before XRP goes overnight to 10 to 12 USD?
I'm going to say that it happens after the big run, after XRP announcement.
Okay. Solyo says, what could be the true catalyst for the crypto market to run exponentially and lead people to be bullish in such a bad financial environment where most people feel financial pain?
Well, we're seeing it today, the banking collapse.
Okay. On our way back to 3 trillion, a brutal, murderous pullback will take place in reaction to major things going on in the world. Will this pullback occur after or before XRP goes overnight to 10 to 12 USD?
Yeah. And that was a tough one for me to answer because it's very close. And I was trying to see like which one was first, because you know how it lays. It's like time is late. It's almost like, imagine It's like clear plastic things, so thin, all laid on top of one another. And then you have the events that are laid on top. So then you have to try to figure out what's before and what's after. And you're looking and you're like, okay, it's really close, but it looks like XRP before. And then that problem. And if anyone hears any snoring, that's my dog. I just noticed that Tank is a few feet away and he's just having at her. But I'm just glad they're not barking and harassing me.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to hit the done answering. Okay. We'll move on to the next one from Solyo. What could be the true catalyst for crypto market to run exponentially and lead people to be bullish in such a bad financial environment where most people feel financial pain?
Yeah, and I think that's probably where the date May the 4th came in, and it's the answer for that is going to be the regional banking collapse. People do not trust the fiat financial system, anything the government's involved in, and this is why decentralized blockchain that's not even owned or operated by one country, that's going to be what is going to draw people to cryptos more than anything, because they don't like what they're seeing going on, not only in the United States with the regional banks, but also in other parts of the world where look at what happened in Lebanon, where all of the people who were higher up, like they got their money out, they got their USD out of their bank before they collapsed and they shut the banks down. And, and that's so sad because those people were already well connected and extremely wealthy. The people who couldn't get in and get their money out were people like you and me who saved our whole lives.
Absolutely.
And that was our money
Heartbreaking.
to live off of for the old people. And it was so sad. So I don't know that people are going to forget that, certainly not with social media and things being the way that they are. And I just always felt like crypto was going to be successful, but it wasn't going to be for good reasons. It was going to be because, we needed something to rescue humanity.
Thanks, Sam. Tim's got one here. Hi, Sam. May I ask you if you think this summer is in the USA, we may see $1 Doge, or could it even be next summer?
Well, I mean, explaining it how the plastic, when you see the clear plastic films, when you think about it, right, and you're like, oh my God, they're so thin. Like, how can Sam tell like 1 year from the other? But sometimes the people on the other side, like they give me dates, and you can see that's why I use signposts, because to time wise, it's extremely difficult for me. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be able to call what year because this is just too much of an impossible, dropping the golf ball from an airplane, flying at 30,000 feet into the hole-in-one, right? That's what sometimes it almost seems like you're asking someone to do. That's a feat that a human couldn't do. But the people on the other side, they can do that. It's just that it's easier for them to communicate with me and show me time posts, like with the gold over $2,000 for 2 weeks. We'll be in the everything all at once. They've already told us. It was so funny when people were like, Sam, 2021, it was really tough year. How's 2022 going to be? And I'm like, even worse. And I was like, it was like that. Well, it's going to be like this, right? But it was. But I mean, we're still going to be on the upside with cryptos. So just try not to worry. But yes, things are going to get really crazy over the next. We're in the rapids, and I remember when I did the rapids in British Columbia on the Simon Fraser River, and that's an F5. But we hit the F5 rapids. It was near the end.
That's crazy. Okay?
Yeah, it was. So I think that we're going to hit like the crazy rapids near the end, and the end is for us September of 2023. I had said that we would be coming out of the rapids. We would be in the rapids for 2 years. That's what the people said, 2 years. And I said, okay, September of 2023 it is then.
Okay. Thanks, Sam.
Hold on tight.
Vic's got one here. Hey, Sam and Moo, do you have any updates for ADA, VET, and DOT? Thanks, Vic.
Well, those are three of my favorites for the coming market run. I mean, of course, you're always going to have like these sort of unknown cryptos that have like a niche amongst the developers and then get out from there. But as far as the tried and true, the ones that people will pour their money into, And based on the number of wallets out there, those are like three of my favorite ones as far as, being picked up by the herd.
Thanks, Sam. This next one is from Neo Knight. Hey, Sam and Moo, thanks for all you do. Will the current prices of BTC under 30K, ETH under 2K, and the other top 10 cryptos that make it, will we see the prices at this level again after the next 24 months, meaning after May 2025?
Oh, after May of 2025, no, not this level. No, even the really big, huge, horrible pullback. It's not even going to put the prices back here. Not for all the crypto. I mean, some of the cryptos that are dying, yes, they'll be down and out, but that's a different story. I'm just talking about the overall. I can just talk about in general the crypto market.
Okay, thanks, Sam. HD's got one here. Hey, Sam and Moo, what are the best coins to buy this week? Thanks.
This week, well, Ethereum, of course, it's still under 2,000. So I think that's a good deal. It's under $2,000, and it hasn't had a big run up. And I'm just sticking the top ones because you know what, the market's down, and there's no reason to go to Pluto. XRP is down at 45 cents. Still loving my Dogecoin. That's going to be launched. Oh shoot, that's like 7.8 cents. So yeah, that's under 8 cents. So yeah, I like that one. And Polygon is under $1. I like Solana. There's so much that I like. There's so much that's going to do well. All of those. I know they wanted 3 of them. Chainlink at $7 again. Unbelievable. Like anything under $8 for Chainlink is awesome. And yeah, I'm seeing Stellar everywhere too. And somebody posted that Brazil has chosen Stellar for their.
That's who they were doing the pilot with. Yep.
Yeah. So seeing Stellar out there a lot for sure. Stellar keeps coming up. And then when I look those little NFT things, I was walking in and the little Stellar thing on the Avalanche picture that I have, it kind of started glowing and stood out. I was like, what? Was it coming? Is Stellar coming soon? So nice. I'm excited about Stellar. So I don't run out and buy all kinds of cryptos based on this. I already have the ones that I'm feeling good about. And just like to give you guys updates with some of the craziness going on this end in regards to the crypto market.
Thanks, Sam. Chris has got one here. Hey, hi, I thank you and thank you. Hi and thank you. I bought a lot of NEAR at $16. It's a big percentage of my portfolio. Do you see NEAR getting back to $16 or to its all-time high at about $20.44 this year? Also, is NEAR a survivor?
Yes, NEAR is a survivor. And wasn't it down at what did it go down to? What was its all-time low there? It was like 52
I don't know. I'm having a hard time juggling all these windows. Give me 1 second. I'll pull up NEAR.
Yeah, it was 52 cents was its all-time low. Right now it's $1.84. Its all-time high was $20.44. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that is one of the ones that I do like for as far as I would probably get Solana first, right? But people were looking for sort of the next ones, and so that would be Avalanche, which is now almost it's not as expensive as Solana, but it's up there now. And Phantom and NEAR. I actually have some NEAR and I'm holding it. So yeah, okay. I expect to see NEAR in a much higher level soon, 20 something, 30 something dollars, and then maybe even into the hundreds. I mean, I'll have to wait and see.
I forgot to hit the button. Yeah, so you see NEAR doing well. NEAR is one of the ones that you like. You also like Solana, Avalanche. What were the other ones you named? Was that it?
Oh, Avalanche too. I like Avalanche as well, and Phantom. Yeah, I have Phantom. I have a lot more Phantom than I have NEAR, but okay. Yeah.
Let me try and stop juggling so many windows. This next one's from Dreamer. Hey, Sam and Moo, I'm wondering where you see the graph and KNC this year. Thanks.
You know, it was interesting. There was an article that I was reading, and it said like the top 10 cryptos to look at this year, and the graph actually was on the list. It was one of the ones on the list. So I was happy to see that because I've held my graph. That went on a really big run after we were already talking about it. So hopefully some people took profits on that. But if you didn't, that's okay. You'll have a chance to take profits again. I know the waiting sucks, but it's worse when you buy something and then all it does is just go down and stay down. I mean, if you buy something and then it goes up really high and you miss the top and then it goes back down, it's hard to be upset about that. You're like, okay, well, we know it's good. We know people are interested in this. So I'm just going to hold it and wait until it goes up again. Because you see that a lot of times, some false starts, right? False start, false start. Oh, look at, that's how it goes a lot of times. And we're spread out enough anyways on good projects because, you've been around a while in blockchain moves, so you know which ones are the sticky projects. You'll tell us, no, especially some I don't get anything on.
Yeah, I'm sticking to strength. I'm not buying a whole lot. I've made some good purchases at the beginning of the year, so I'm just kind of riding those out. But yeah. Hey, Sam, I feel we may have crossed the demarcation line for the beginning of the 2 weeks of gold over 2K. What say ye?
Yeah, I think that's it. Because when I heard that gold was 248, I was like, okay, I think this might be it. The bank's going down, gold and silver, the XRP announcements on the horizon. That might be later on in May. Man, they're foot dragging. They're trying to stop that from happening. But that's okay. I think Gary Gensler's going to be on his way out anyways. Maybe he'll resign. Yeah, do us all a favor. Just resign, Gary. He knows what's coming. Max is coming. So I think he might resign. Anyways, I don't know where that blab came from.
Yeah.
All right.
Can you see my screen?
I can.
Okay. So I just pulled up gold. So if I kind of just mark it here at $2,000-ish, I'm not going to worry about the pennies. Yeah, I guess we started another run in May, so it looks like 3 days up so far. I guess if that's what we're using is above 2,000 in USD.
USD.
Yeah. I think the last one went 4 or 5 days, so the last run.
All right. And that's why 2 weeks seems to be a good demarcation, because last time when it was 2,000, that was a couple of years ago, but it was only over it for just a couple of days. And, when I was getting that, this is it, Sam, gold's over 2,000. I'm like, no, got to listen to them. They said 2 weeks, 2 weeks. And that means 14 days, not, 10 days, 14 days. And once that happens, we are off to the races. Not in a good way, though. Get ready for everything all at once. And that includes volcanoes and earthquakes as well.
Kat's got one here, Kat M. Sam and Moo. What do you think will be the future of Mask Network? The symbol is Mask.
So I was not getting any information on Mask, and she had asked before. So I said, why don't you ask when Moo is hanging out here with me, so you can give me a background, because I'm not feeling anything.
I don't think much of Mask, to be honest with you. This is not MetaMask. This is something else. So, its all-time high was $41.45. It's currently sitting at $4.47. If we go take a look, there's nothing really that this does that you can't do with other things, to be honest with you. So that's kind of how I feel about this Mask Network. Basically, taking a web browser plugin and plugging it into Web3 and social media. Now, if you can plug this into Facebook or whatever as an open source browser extension, that's cool. But I mean, who uses Facebook, Sam? I don't know. I don't know anybody that uses Facebook anymore. So I just feel like there's other ways to do this. There's even messaging service and wallet services on different chains like Ethereum. So I just, I don't know. This has launched new projects via a ITO initial Twitter offering. So I don't know anything about this. If you're launching a new project on the Ethereum, BSC, Polygon, or Arbitrum networks, IoTs are a completely new way of launching decentralized assets fairly. So I guess I don't really know much about it, but being able to send NFTs, you can do that with a lot of plugins. Create your own Web3 profile. You can kind of already do that anyway with NFTs and POAPs and distribution. So I don't know. I'm not interested in this one at all. I wouldn't have a need for this. Is kind of what I would say.
Okay, so thumbs down for both of us then. Mass
Yeah.
network is a no-go, and if I'm not getting anything in regards to something, I'm not excited about it. I'm kind of like, "Meh," I'm definitely not going to buy it because I'm excited about Polygon. So if I'm looking at like $1,000 that I got to invest in cryptos, and I'm going to put it in Mask or Polygon, I'm going to be like, well, I don't know anything about Mask. I'm not feeling excited about it, but I'm excited about Polygon and Matic. So I'm going to put it in there. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but sometimes people bring up and ask a question about a crypto
Sure.
I never heard of before, and then I get really excited about it.
Yeah, it's
And
good.
I remember Polkadot, and the thing with Polkadot was the number of people who would be following it, developing on it, working on it, kind of thing. That was what was exciting to me about Polkadot. Like I saw like how many people would be supporting that years ago. And then when they launched it, Polkadot was a big deal. And I think it's gone as high as like $47. And most of us got it. What was our price? $2? We got in.
It was pretty cheap.
On the ICO. It was really cheap.
I don't remember. It was fairly cheap, but I don't remember. Nothing really comes to mind. It was fairly cheap though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figure it must be for the number that I have, right? Because again, I don't back up the truck or bet the farm on any particular crypto. I just spread my bets and I do what a normal person would do. So as much as I would like to take all of the profits from my beach house this summer and just dump it all into Polygon, that would be like so cheating. I would be so cheating. I might even actually ruin the company as a result of that. I'd be like, no, okay, I can't do that because they'll make sure that it doesn't work out. If I'm going to use my abilities to become a billionaire, I'm not allowed. No, 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 no. So I can guarantee all of you, I love Polygon, but when it goes to the moon, please don't think for a moment that I have like, oh, she must have 100,000 Polygon. Wait, no, that's not. Yeah, I'm not allowed. Not allowed. But anyways, if you can, do it.
Thanks, Sam. And sorry, Kat, I forgot to hit the button again. So I'm not used to hitting these buttons. So I'm typically searching I'm looking at a chart or I'm pulling up a different tab and not recognizing that I need to actually hit this button twice. So this next one is from Petty Boy. Hi, Sam and Moo. Do you guys think Australia will have the same trouble that the USA banking collapse is happening there? If so, will it be before the end of the year? Waiting nervously for your advice.
Well, I think that what's going to happen to Australia is going to be different, right? With the United States, it's just downright corruption. That's what's happening in their banking system. Corruption, stupidity, the old boys club, backslapping. Oh, you could be the branch manager of that bank, right? Take it from me. The branch managers, they are the sharpest knives in the drawer. Okay. And the reason why I got a position as a branch manager when I was 22 years old was because it was in a brand new industry. Because normally you don't hire kids to do that kind of thing. You got to have like super like right on people. So the banking industry in the United States, that's why they're in trouble, because you don't hire your friends and you don't, and you don't do political stuff. Like you need people who know what the hell they're doing. The same as surgeons. Right, you need a surgeon who knows what they're doing.
Absolutely,
right? You can't just hire your cousin. Right? Oh,
no.
Look, there's the head of the hospital, and it's a $400,000 a job, salary plus commission, for operations. I'm going to call my cousin. I'm going to get him in there. What's a big player, right? But that's like friggin' what is going on in the bank. That's what they're showing me. They're like, look at this, Sam, and I'm like, oh, really? Those morons, those imbeciles. Oh, I hope when you guys find out that you guys do something about that. Because I love how the Icelanders put their bankers in jail. You guys need to put your bankers and your politicians in jail. All of them that did this stuff. But anyways, in the meantime, meanwhile, back at the farm in Australia, it's going to be China. Meanwhile, back at the farm in Australia.
Meanwhile, back at the farm in Australia, China.
I know.
I think I got a new ringtone for you.
Yeah, I guarantee you guys, this is just coffee, okay? Not coffee and Kahlua or anything. It's like literally, it's only like, what time is it here? It's not even 9 o'clock in the morning. So
that's too early.
I'm just being silly and tired. But no, just in regards to Australia, yeah, you're going to have problems, but it's not going to be with the banking. You guys are very much like Canada, high in resources. But what's going to be a problem for you is going to be China because of what's going on there. Because they're not done yet with what's going on there. I mean, remember that their population is going to be like half of what it is in like 20 years or so, 30 years. So there's going to be a lot of crazy demographical, economical things happening over in China. And one thing for sure is they're going to need less of everything. And Australia sells a lot to China. So this is the problem Australia is going to run into. Whereas like Canada has the same population and is also very resource heavy. Like the people who live there are very wealthy because they have so many resources under their feet. But if you don't have anyone to sell them to.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the lifesavers there for Australia right now has been the fact that Russia is in the toilet, right? So a lot of sourcing is now, that's what's saving Australia. That's why it's not like in the hole right now. But that's going to change when the Russia-Ukraine war ends.